Hi friends, if you've been on the fence about making cheese at home, I have a simple cheese making recipe that just might be your gateway cheese. You can do this. It's for homemade cheese spread. Come into my kitchen. Let me show you how to make Boursin cheese from scratch. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Take a half a gallon of cultured buttermilk and pour it into a sanitized oven-proof dish. Cover the dish and place it in the oven for 2 hours. And after 2 hours, you'll remove the cheese from the oven and you'll place it on the counter to cool for 2 hours. You can remove the lid. While the cheese is cooling, you can move on to the next step. Bring a pan of water to boil. When the water is at a boil, take a 90 weave cheesecloth, something really thick like this, and put it into the boiling water and just let it boil for about 10 minutes. And then take the cheesecloth and pour it into a sanitized colander. And allow the cheesecloth to cool. Let me show you a trick that will help make the draining of the cheese much easier for you. You can stretch the cheesecloth and it'll partially dry while your cheese is cooling. But it doesn't matter if it's a little bit wet. In fact, it's probably good that it's wet because I think it'll help retain the cheese in the cloth a little better. Here's what I like to do. I like to take 2 elastic bands and then just stretch them around the rim of the colander. This is going to ensure that when you pour the cheese on top of the cheesecloth, it'll stay. This will prevent the cheesecloth from falling in on itself when you pour the cheese in. Gently press and create a dip. Set up your colander system in the sink area. Make sure you have something to catch the whey. You could use that whey for protein shakes. Very gently pour the cheese onto the cloth. Peel away the cloth. Take up all the corners and create a pouch so you can hang it. Now hang the pouch for 2 hours. I like to keep the colander here just in case the knot comes loose. After the 2-hour hanging, you'll take the cheese and place it into a food processor or a standing mixer. And then we'll add some spices. We'll add 1 tablespoon of herb de Provence or 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Now, my friend was visiting her daughter in France, so she brought some of this home for me. Thank you so much, Suzanne. And we'll just dump that in. Then you'll add 1 teaspoon of dried chives, and I dried these from my garden. One teaspoon of dried parsley, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a cup of butter. Now, I made this butter, but you don't have to, but you can check out the video if you'd like to learn how to make it. And a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan. I made this Parmesan, but any Parmesan will do. A little pepper. And a little salt. The salt is important because it's going to help bring all the flavors together. And last but not least, 1 tablespoon of either milk, cream, or buttermilk. In this case, I'm using the buttermilk that I made as a leftover from the butter I made the other day. Now, this cheese has a characteristic of fluffiness that we're trying to attain, so we'll want to put it at medium speed for anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute. Hey, are you trying to get after the cheese? Tunnel cat. And that's it. That's how to make a Boursin style cheese. From start to finish, it took me 6 hours, but the actual prep time was just about between 5 and 10 minutes. It's a very easy cheese to make. I hope you give it a try. Thanks so much for watching. We appreciate your support. Like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a recipe, and we'll see you in the next episode.